Okay, first step in getting the Tdub back together and out of my shop and running down the road. I'm putting on some new foot pegs. One there and one here, but unfortunately this one is a bit crooked, and obviously there was a big ding on one side, so somebody wrecked this one against something hard. So I got to take it off and do a little adjustment on it. And I'm going to do that tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I'm going in. All right, folks, so today's task is to install these new, better foot pegs down here in place of the old original ones. I'll be able to show you the originals here in just a minute. This one was a little bit crooked, causing the foot peg to kind of lean back and not be straight out from the bike. So I put a little heat on it and used my persuader and tried to get it back in where it needs to be. So I'm not sure if it's cooled down yet or not. I had to get this red hot to bend it. So let's hope it is. We'll put it back on and I'll bring you it back when it's done. All right, so we got the nice new foot pegs installed. This one still doesn't make me happy. It looks a little bit crooked, bent back towards the back to me. But I tried different things to bend it, and it's just too thick a metal for me to bend without an oxyacetylene torch. So I guess it'll have to do that way. But that's okay. The big problem now is the front wheel is straight ahead, but the handlebars and the top of that triple tree are not. They're leaning to the left. Now, I looked as critically as I could at the handlebars, and they don't appear to be bent. But you should be able to loosen this big nut right here. Loosen these four nuts, or bolts. Take the fender off. Take this clamp out of here so it doesn't impede the movement. Loosen up the nuts on the axle so that it can move a little bit. And then hold this in place, hold your front wheel straight ahead, and you should be able to move these handlebars. And what will happen is this one, you'll move it a little further ahead, or back, no, further ahead, I think. Yep. In this bracket, and this one will go maybe a little further back, and you should be all lined up. But guess what? It doesn't work that way. And I'm wondering if you see these two pieces here, this and this, well, I think they should mate up, but they don't. So I'm wondering if somebody put some wrong parts on this thing. That this doesn't actually belong here. That's the only thing I can think of, because I did all those things to adjust it, and I even put more force on it than it calls for. I put this block of wood here, this lever, in between here, and tried to pry it. Now, I didn't have any spokes in the way. I had the front wheel off, so that was one more thing. And it just wouldn't move. Just wouldn't move at all. So the only thing I can think is somebody's got a wrong part on here. I've been riding it, and you really don't notice it that much, and I'm not a big racer or anything like that. But my goodness, I hate to have it that way. Then I looked at the back, and if you look at the back, that doesn't look too straight either. Now that I used a level to make sure that the frame was equal this way, so it's straight up and down. And now if you look at the rear tire, it's off to the right on top. So I'm wondering if the swing arm is bent. I don't know that I have the tools to check that. So I guess I'll just ride it. That's about all I can do. Everything's good now, except that front end alignment. Maybe someday I'll just tear this all apart up here and get me a bottom piece that matches the top piece for a 96. I don't know what they put on. I know these forks, I put them on. They came with the bike because this fork was bent. And this unit here was cracked. So they got in some kind of an accident with it. I don't know. Anybody got any ideas? Give me some help. Yeah, the next day after I did this work, I got to thinking about it and said, I don't like that foot peg like that. So I went ahead and ordered a used foot peg mount. And I got that and put it on, and it's great now. It's poking right out just like it's supposed to. Nice and straight. So thought I'd add that in here.